Russia has almost reached the coveted number of million irrecoverable losses of its orcs. This is according to materials from the Institute for the Study of War and Satellite Data. At this moment, the losses stand at 980,000. Just a little bit left to reach around million, only about 20,000 more dead or maimed. By irrecoverable losses, I mean both those who are so badly maimed that they can no longer fight, and the dead. But as their losses increase, so does the enthusiasm in Russia, of course. Yes, well, I understand that in May, and in the remainder of May and in June, the Russian generals, without much effort, will of course make up that missing 20,000 to reach 1 million. And the Russians, who always flaunt their graves because they believe that the number of graves, that losses, give them some kind of special rights. And corpses, they are their eternal trump card. And by spending the cheap, worthless lives of their orcs recklessly and without counting, as always, Russia always presents these losses as proof of its historical righteousness and great significance. So the day is not far off when blissful Masha from the TV will shout that the scale of the national sacrifice gives the Russian Federation unique rights to everything, and people, they must shed a tear and bow down. It has always been this way. And so undoubtedly it will be this time as well. Give us the regions, Russia will say, for we have lost 2 million for them. Well, take a look. I've picked out for you some fresh and relatively fresh, but until now unknown video footage. You'll see how a truly unique interior design can be created using rotting corpses. And you'll witness the kind of coziness the orcs make for themselves and feeling it, as they say, almost at home. The individuals in the video who live surrounded by the rotting corpses of their comrades do have the option to move to another section of the ruins, but apparently the scent of serving the motherland isn't as strong there, so they don't feel as comfortable. And in the second clip, you're seeing the Kursk direction. These are the latest results of yet another senseless and incompetent attack by the Russian Federation. Yes, it crawls, the horde crawls, let's just say, clearly incapable of picking up the pace. But in the meantime, we really do see that Russia is now ready to take pride even in its own losses. 1 million dead, 1 million maimed, that's not a reason for shame. And all of them were killed or maimed in the process of looting their neighbors and committing war crimes. Yet for some reason, Russia sees this as a source of pride. This is the argument that Russia will shove in the world's face, demanding that its delusional desires be satisfied simply on the basis of how many losses it has suffered. It was precisely this rhetoric, the rhetoric of losses, that the USSR used to justify the occupation of Eastern European countries, which frankly no one had asked Stalin's army to liberate. And no one had given it such a mandate. And this was in general Russia's standard form of international banditry, because the anti-Hitler coalition never issued the USSR any mandate for Hungary, Bulgaria, the Czech lands, or Poland. And the occupation of these countries under the pretty name of liberation was solely Stalin's initiative.